Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
This is Brother Kwamwala
It's your mock.
coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit. Before we go into this lesson, we'd like to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Wadash.
Double honors to the elder Apostle Great Millstone, teaching real well. Peace and blessings to the whole full elect, man.
Come. We teach this doctrine, you know, the truth is
Spirit that was foretold that was going to teach us all things, that was going to be able to sup with us, so we'll be able to teach and be a workman, approved. All right.
Con. We're gonna get into some precepts. Bible shot. Bear with me for a second. 1 second. All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, and verse 32. It says, "I sent unto you my servants, the prophets." Con. Matter of fact, could you get that in Jeremiah where it talk about prophesy of famine, war, the prophets prophesy 4 times, prophesy, you know what I'm talking about? It says 2nd Ezra chapter 1 verse 32. It says, "I sent unto you my prophets, my servants the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, saith the Lord." You know, because the Lord has when you go into that word apostle, you know, it means to be sent forth. Go ahead, pull that. The prophets. Yep, that's it.
It's Jeremiah 28 and 8. "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries," because the Lord set us up depending on the kingdoms we was in and the time periods we was in, to let known be his word that was going to go out. You know, if he was going to be a prophet, all right, seers and people was giving visions, the same thing. But, you know, as you read in the Old Testament and New Testament, you know, seers and all that become, you know, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Matter of fact, that's in let me see if I can get that in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, or I'm sorry, it might be chapter 9. Bear with me for a second.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep going. But it says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old," right? Which is the ancient prophets, because you got the ancient prophets like Isaiah, Jeremiah, and like we read now, or Hosea and all them. But they had the prophecy, or Malachi, they had the same prophecy that was given, all right, which was the destruction of Babylon and the end of the end, all right. But it says, I'm reading it from the top, Jeremiah 28 and 8, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against many great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence," and that's what's to come. Especially war. We got World War about to break out any second now, man.
Gone.
And of evil. Evil is just out here, period, but the evils to come towards Jacob, alright?
I found it. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 9 and verse 9. It says, "Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, thus he spake, come," it says, "and let us go to the seer."
The seer.
It says, "For he that is now called a prophet," and you know, you go into that word prophet, you know, it means to say before.
Yep.
It says, "For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer."
Right. The seers was the ones that got the visions.
Exactly.
Or the oracles of the Lord, you know.
Yeah, and also
about the ephod.
Yeah.
About not the ephod. Was that the ephod? So like the breastplate, the
what is wrong with
it? The priests, they had the breastplate. Roughly paraphrasing, you know. That's cool. But,
I'm gonna read this one more time. It says 1 Samuel chapter 9 verse 9. It says, before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of Yahweh Shah, thus spake, come and let us go to the seer. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. And I put this because a precept that came to mind. We know where it talks about the scripture talk about how they misuse the prophets, because the Lord had put forth prophets like we just read in Jeremiah. The prophets, they prophesied of what? Famine, war, pestilence. So the prophets, they always came upon, they always arrived, and was set forth in their lot dealing with these different kingdoms. For example, you had a Babylonian kingdom dealing with Nebuchadnezzar as king. You had the Egyptian empire, the Egyptian kingdom. I'm sorry. You had, Sodom and Gomorrah. So you had these different, kingdoms that were established on the earth. And then you had the prophets. The Lord always sent forth his mouthpiece, the prophets, in the midst of these kingdoms to do what? Prophesy, like the scripture said in Jeremiah, a famine, destruction. So go ahead.
And a lot of times the prophets didn't even know what they was prophesying about.
Exactly.
All right, which I got right here, Luke 10, 24. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things. Now, when I thought about that, first and foremost, we think of Daniel, King Nebuchadnezzar. Because Nebuchadnezzar wanted to know what was the outcome.
Yeah.
But Daniel knew the Lord blessed him with the
and even
the understanding of visions and dreams.
And even with that, like the vision that Daniel had, he broke it down, but he didn't understand it. Now, understand it fully.
The Lord said, "Go thy way, Daniel."
Exactly. And stand thy lot at the end of days.
Because right now, we at the end of the days, when Daniel hears, he's understanding what he's seeing.
Exactly.
All right.
Now Daniel has the breakdown. The Lord. Exactly.
Who amongst us is Daniel?
Yeah, or he could be in the spirit world, but he still got the breakdowns of what's,
he can be in the spirit world. But this is Luke.
But Slaki, if I could add, Slaki, one more quick point to the. Alright,
It's Luke 10:24. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see, and we at the time where the prophecies are speaking, man. What was that, Habakkuk?
Let's see.
2nd Ezra 15.
It's a book of said Habakkuk 2. This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Right, it's at an appointed time, and we are at the appointed time right now, man. This is the end.
Spirit. Yeah.
Keep going.
And it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right, and ain't shit lying, man. What the Lord said was gonna happen is gonna happen, man. Right, we at the end, and it shall speak and it shall not lie. What the words that the prophet said before was not a lie. All right, we here and we believe in the truth and the whole truth, man. These set pearls that's coming against us, these tokens that's been given out, these signs, these wonders. All right, keep going.
It says, though it tarry, wait for it.
Though it tarry, man, even though like we here for a little while, but in that little while we tarrying for the prophecies, but we gotta wait for it. All right, those who wait on me shall what? Renew their strength. All right, but go ahead.
It says, because it will surely come.
It will surely come, man. The Lord ain't, man. If you really believe on the Lord, man, you trust in Him, man. The stuff that He says gonna happen is gonna surely come, man.
Yeah.
All right, we ain't waiting no 200, 300, 400 years, man.
Right. It says it will
and
not.
Even though if we gotta wait. But we here now. We in the know now, man. We believe this is the time era that He was talking about.
Yeah, come.
All right.
It says it will not tarry. We can go back because the spirit kind of switched, but we can go back, around.
Oh, they didn't really switch, because we was going into like it's coming up into the times of the persecution.
Right.
Because the scriptures talk about which of your fathers you have not persecuted.
Con.
You want to pull that? When the Lord was talking to the Pharisees, I believe. He said, which of your fathers, when he said, which of your fathers, the whole thing, when which of your fathers is going into reincarnation, regeneration. Alright?
Exactly.
Those are the same forefather that was persecuted, because those same spirits is back then with unbelief or belief or with beguile or just with truth and sincerity.
Here you go.
You know?
This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 52. It says, which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted?
All right.
And they have slain them which shew before of the coming of the just one.
All right. They showed before, meaning what? They had the visions. They showed the prophecies. All right. And the fathers didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to see it because what? They wasn't of the elect. All right.
It says, of whom, it says, something burning. But it says, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers.
All right, and that's what they was, because they was only trying to, what? They're seeking fleshly things. All right. Because it say one prophet, I can't remember what it was, where it said that they went up to him and said, they say your vision is afar off.
Mm-hmm.
They say like and people know, like I talked to my mom and my family about it. They say they don't think the Lord gonna come in their lifetime, man. They the ones that think the vision is afar off, man.
Mm-hmm.
But to the ones, what is that in Habakkuk when it say make the vision plain upon the tables? But yeah, those you got people in your family that don't hear you or want to see, want to bring it out.
This book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 2. And it says, and the Lord, Yahweh Shah, answered me and said, write the vision.
Write the vision, man. Write what you see.
And make it plain upon tables.
And make it plain upon tables. But the scriptures also say his ways are plain to the holy. All right, so only the holy, which is the one that's separate, that set aside the 7,000, which don't represent 7,000, which would represent completion, is going to be the ones that know and see and be able to understand this, man. They got eyes to hear and ears to hear, man. They got that asal that the Lord been that blessed with the Holy Spirit, man.
Con. You got any more precepts? Because I still got a couple of precepts dealing with persecution.
Go ahead. Jump
This is a book of Revelation chapter 13 verse 7. It says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over the kindreds and tongues and nations. You know, and power was given to these nations, these kingdoms, these beasts, like the scriptures call them, to rule the earth. You know, and to persecute and oppress the prophets. You know, the saints.
Read that one more time. Man.
It says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
Because see, this man had a set point of time where he was going to be let loose to deceive. You want to grab that? Where it say words which deceiveth the nations. Matter of fact, where it say angel, which was Yahweh Shah, was giving him a great chain, roughly paraphrasing. You know
that's a revelation. Yeah.
But I just to bring this out, because back up the brother said, you know, he was given that power. All right. First and foremost, the power was given to him by Isaac, which was Yahweh Shah, which was the blessing of giving him the fatness and the dew of the earth to even give him that time period. You know. Which Revelation. Go ahead, bring that out.
This book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is called the devil and Satan.
And that devil and that serpent is Esau. Go ahead. Which was given, which is what you call that? He's entangled with the spiritual demon Satan. Go ahead.
Which is the devil
and means deceiver. Well, go ahead.
It says, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
And that 1,000 years is going to the time of the Byzantine Empire, you know, because that's when Jake was the rule, and that's when we basically put him up under subjection, up under us. But go ahead.
And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up, and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more.
The bottomless pit, that represents Europe, because ain't no resources in Europe. All right, and if you even want to go into a deeper deficit of that, you got the Lord talk about pits. All right, he said when he chose this pit, that pit, he chose Israel, all right, to be his pit, all right. But keep going.
That he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
All right, and at the end of that, when he got loosened,
say that.
Oh, go ahead.
It says, and after that, he must be loosed a little season.
All right, now little season is now.
Yeah.
All right, to deceive and the nations, but first and foremost, he wanted to try to deceive the elect. But what the Lord said, If it was very possible.
You got that?
I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if you paraphrase.
Okay, come on. Yeah, it's good.
But if it was very possible, he will be able to deceive the very elect, man. But this Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, represent Esau, and power was given to him. That power was given to him by Isaac, that sat thereon to make peace, and that power represents power. I mean, the horse represents power. All right, and to take peace from the earth, and that's what this man did. When we talk about when we go into Isaiah 14, we talk about the man that did shake kingdoms. All right, you can't shake a kingdom unless you got power, man. All right. It said take peace from the earth, man. That went and made war with everybody because he had the power, which was his blessing, was the sword. All right. It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given to him a great sword. That was his blessing, man.
Mm-hmm.
That great sword was just represent just a big ass sword that a man could just wield and slay a nation with. It was just power over that weapon and be able to push that weapon and weaponize the weapon as far as it could go. All right, and right now we reached the end point because this is as far as Esau's weapon could go.
Gotta grab my
All right.
charger.
And this is the brother got Revelations 20:4. That says, I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. All right, because let me see if I can go to it right quick. Because we're gonna be persecuted for this word, man. Hold on, I got one.
What you looking for?
I'm about to grab it.
I might already got it. That's what I was asking. Got a lot of precepts on that.
If you want to grab the one, alright, it's Matthew 5:12. I mean 10-12. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Alright? For going out and preaching the true gospel to the hopeful elect, alright? For theirs is the kingdom of heaven, alright? And that's what our reward is. The disciples asked them, like, what should we get out of this, alright? It says, blessed are ye when men should revile you and persecute you. Because we coming into that time where already now you got the, when you do your lessons, you got Esau word for word, try to word for word you, but, they're going to try to trick up the whole thing just like they did the Lord, It says, blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely. All right? For my sake, man. For Yahweh Shah's sake, man.
Right.
Because we coming to the stand of Yahweh Shah. All right? And they trying to make Yahweh Shah to be a liar or to slip him up. And they're going to try to do the same thing. But go ahead, bro.
This is Book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 18. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
All right, right. We got a testimony, right? We what is that? Revelations 19 and 10. Let me see. I'm gonna finish this out. I mean, but yeah, is that it on that?
Yeah, that's pretty much on that.
Right, the testimony. We got the testimony of Yahweh Shah, man. First and foremost, the gospel, and the coming of the end, which is the spirit of prophecy. All right. But what does that say in Revelations? Let me see if I put it.
I got one. You about to get that, or you want me to get this?
Let me see. Yeah, I got it right here. Revelations 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, seest thou, do it not. Keep going.
Sure, it was 144.
And I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren, which has the testimony of Yahweh Shah. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy. And that's what we coming in, man. I mean, other brothers learn from these other camps, which don't really go into prophecy, man. They go into the law. But the spirit of Yahweh Shah, if you want to be in the spirit of Yahweh Shah, is prophecy. Exactly. So you'll want to know what these breakdowns is, man. Because these breakdowns is mostly prophecy. All right?
Come on. That's it on that?
Yeah.
This book, because he was going into, how he gonna be persecuted once again, and all these things that's gonna be brought upon us is pretty much false accusations, not really true accusations.
Alright.
This book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 9, because we once again, what we doing is prophesying. We speaking the words of the Lord. The Lord, like he said, before I set thee in the belly, I knew thee. So that means that the Lord ordained certain men to go out and prophesy upon the nations, upon kingdoms, you know. So these are actually literally the Lord's words, that we're gonna be persecuted for. So like it says, Revelation chapter 12 and 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, and that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. It says, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Yahushua. Shalakia. And it says, and the power of our Christ, like saying that word, but it says Hamashiach, and it says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Yeah, so the accuser of our, the scriptures call him the accuser of our brethren. But right here it says that he gonna be cast. Go ahead.
God, this is a precept for what the brother says, Psalms 50 and 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, which is Esau. That's our brother for real. And it says, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. All right, but with these false ass accusations, man, causing this to go off, man, because that's what they want. But go ahead.
It says, and I saw a throne. Oh no, that was pretty much it on that, But yeah, slandered thy own, because Esau is really our brother. But
it's a Hebrew Edomite right there.
It's this book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua. Oh, come, but once again, we're gonna be persecuted for this thing, man. The scripture say that we're gonna be beheaded for this. So go ahead.
It's Matthew 10 and 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for there shall be given you in the same hour what you shall speak. Because the Lord, what's going to be given to you is the oracles of the Lord, to say what He wants to be said in front of them, man. To cause furthermore fear, to cause this rulership is over with, man.
All
right, because we don't know what we're going to say, all right? It's not even no point, but the scriptures talk about the Spirit utterance for you, all right? And that's what's going to be said through you, all right, to these men, all right? Read it again, Matthew 10 and 19. But when they deliver you up, man, when you get caught up, or however it may be during this time when you have to, we're talking about we're going to be as pilgrims on the earth, or even before it says, take no thought how or what you shall speak, man. For shall it be given in that same hour what shall speak, man.
Con. You want to check on that? But this is the book of Revelation 13 verse 10. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So we have patience on that, alone.
Patience means to suffer, right?
Yeah.
We gotta suffer all these things, man. We gotta suffer the things to come. Suffer things that we're dealing with right now. It's a lot of things we gotta suffer with, man. But first and foremost, but read that one more time, Salakia.
It says, Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Basically, we wait till our kingdom come, man.
Yeah.
It was at Daniel 2:44. So grab that real quick. That's what we do. We wait till our kingdom come, man. Because we joint heirs with Yahushua, man. Alright? So we gotta wait patiently for this. So it's a whole bunch of things the whole concept of the kingdom come is like a child being born, man. You know how complicated that is for a woman? We that woman, man. So the Lord said the kingdom of heaven is within you. So we gotta birth the kingdom of heaven, man. Which is our being born again. Man, through the Spirit calling it out,
This is book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Our kingdom never gonna be destroyed, man. The power of heaven, man. which is ordained through the Father, and it's going to be sanctioned and ministered and executed by His Son, Yahushua. Go ahead.
And the kingdom shall not be left to another people.
Man,
It's
going to the
other
Chinese people, man. It's not going to Russia, man. It's going to what Balaam said it was going to, man.
It says, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Man, that rock that was the mountain that was carved without form, roughly paraphrasing the Ezra scene, man, that was cast into the feet of the whole the whole rulership system that Nebuchadnezzar had a dream about, man. That's the rulership to come. All right, which is Yahweh Shah. But go ahead.
I got that's pretty much it on that.
Oh,
I got one. I got two more precepts so we can. Unless you got some more. Because once again, we're gonna be persecuted, man. But at the end of the day, we're gonna overcome. Because we do have something to look forward to. Which is another kingdom. A righteous one. This book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. And the cup which she have filled to her double. So they gonna get their reward, just like we gonna get our reward. They gonna get their reward for persecuting us and putting us under oppression and blaspheming the name of the Lord. But we gonna get our reward for suffering these things, man. Once again, going to that word patience, meaning to suffer. This book of Revelation, chapter 15, verse 2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory. So we have a victory to look forward to. We have something good coming to us, man. Coming out of this persecution and coming out of this world, man. We have something to look forward to after it's all said and done. It says, gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark. All these things, man. And over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the hearts of Yahweh Shah. So at the end, once again, man, we got a kingdom to look forward to. After our persecution, after all these things that we have to deal with, and we dealing with on a daily.
Much tribulation, man.
Exactly.
Should we enter into the kingdom?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's lucky to cut you off, but that just popped in my spirit.
Not a spirit, But Lord's willing, this lesson was edifying. Bloody Yahweh Shah for giving us the spirit to do His lesson. Call Allah, Lamanawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Mashiach, wa Malak Yahweh Shah. Once again, devil wanted to say the elders and apostles, a great millstone who rule well and teach well, even unto this day, who we get this doctrine from. And to next time, it's Shema.